with the internet. So I had come to home to take your class. Yesterday we were
Sir,
having
sir, your voice is not coming, sir.
Piyush.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Piyush, there is some problem with the network, internet there from your end. Okay, that's the reason you are not able to hear. Let's move on to the class. Here we have got so it's a continuation of the chapter statistics. In our previous first part, we recollected some of the important concepts, the meaning of data, datum, how this word statistics have come into the existence. Later, graphical representation of some numerical data, usage of this statistic studies, and maybe I have made you to understand the meaning of pictograph, bar graph, double bar graph, horizontal and vertical. Then moving on to the continuation. Here today we have got one work, percentage of wins in ODIs by 8 top cricket teams is given, and you are asked to draw graph for it. What type of graph that it could be advised to be drawn for this? This is the question. Okay, so I will be expecting you to respond by taking chance, by raising hand. Whoever raises hand, he will be provided a chance to talk. He can unmute himself, then speak. Okay. So percentage of wins in ODIs by 8 top cricket teams from Champions Trophy to World Cup and last 10 ODIs in the year 2007. So South Africa, Australia, Sri Lanka, New Zealand, England, Pakistan, West Indies, India. These are the 8 top teams. And here, if I take a graph to draw this, obviously, before I go for drawing, I have taken percentage of wins in ODIs by 8 top cricket teams, name of the cricket teams, and obviously I'll be taking the percentage on y-axis, and here whatever I'm plotting, they are the bar graphs, and advice to be drawn is double bar graph because we are taking comparison, the comparison between the a team playing in the last last matches in the year 2007 and previous matches in the year 2006. So it's a comparison of a team in two different years, you can say, Champions Trophy to maybe I think it is from Champions Trophy to World Cup 2006 and last 10 matches in the year 2007. So it is some way a double bar graph is advised to be plotted for this to compare. So that's where we have done plotting of South Africa's. Similarly, we can draw for the other teams, Australia, here Australia, and the next team will come. So what is the unit here? The question comes, what is the unit? On y-axis, what is the unit? If you see units, how to calculate units? We have from 0 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means we have 10 parts made as 5 parts made as equal to 10%. That means here on y-axis, one complete unit is equals to 10%. If I am plotting 78, that means I am taking exactly 7 units and 4 parts. This says 78%. So here is the advantage of a bar graph. It is useful compared to pictograph to show exactly the numerical data. So on y-axis, I have 1 unit being equals to percentage of 10, and even on x-axis, 1 unit, or maybe we can say a part wise. Here again, we have got 3 parts, or 3 parts or 2 parts, or part wise it is used. So it shows on x-axis name of the team. So here is the bar graph and method of plotting it. Then moving on to the another important topic called organizing data. Usually data available to us is an unorganized data, which we call it as raw data. You know the meaning of a raw data. Raw data is just a collection of numerical figures. It's one way these numerical figures are to be properly organized to draw meaningful inferences. We need to organize that data systematically. For example, a group of students was asked, so they were asked, actually a group of students were asked for their favorite subject. The results were listed as below. Here, this is the list of favorite subjects of children. Just they say art, mathematics, science, English, mathematics, art, English, mathematics, English. But how to organize this data? To organize this data, we require maybe plotting a table. What is the most liked subject and the one least liked subject? If you want to answer such questions, you have to properly organize this data, maybe by making a table. It is not easy to answer the questions looking at the choices written. Thus, we better organize this data using tally marks and making a distribution table, which we call it as frequency distribution table for raw data. So this is the one important step in organizing a data. Plotting or making or forming a frequency distribution table for this raw data. So we take headings, column headings, we say subject, tally marks, number of students. This number of students is one way called frequency. You learned in your class 7th and 8th meaning of frequency. Frequency is the number of times an entry appearing. An entry appearing means how many students said art, let's say entry is an art, or art is the one datum repeated. How many times it is repeated, it is called frequency. So frequency of any numerical data is how many times that numerical data has appeared, that numerical figure has appeared, or that entry has appeared. So here art is liked by 7 students, where mathematics is liked by only 5 students, science is liked by 6 students, English is liked by 4 students. So maximum number of students like art and minimum number of students like English. So favorite most subject or most liked subject is art and least liked subject is English as per this data. This is how we plot a frequency distribution table. Children, are you understanding? If you are understanding, please put a thumbs up. That's good. That's good. Yes. Fine. Fine. Vinayaka, there are some people waiting in guest.
No, sir. Nobody is waiting, sir. Just
Okay,
I
but
saw.
Vinayaka not signed in external user guest. He is waiting in the lobby. Maybe that way it is coming for me. Yeah. Here, moving on to the next important topic. The number of tallies before each subject gives the number of students who like that particular subject, and this is known as frequency of that subject. Frequency of that subject. So, meaning of frequency. I hope you have already written in class 8th the meaning of frequency, and no harm if you can write even in 9th also. Once you can write down this point, important point. Frequency gives the number of times that a particular entry occurs. This is important definition of frequency. Okay? Write down this important point. Frequency gives the number of times that a particular entry occurs. How many times that entry is occurring is called frequency of it. Next, I hope you have written. I'll continue. The table made is known as frequency distribution table as it gives the number of times an entry occurs. So the table is known as frequency distribution table and it is drawn for raw data. So frequency distribution table for raw data, we will say that way. Then moving on to the another important work. Now I have shown you one data. I want you all drawing frequency distribution table for this raw data, and I'll give you correctly 1 minute time for you. Do it faster. And I'll ask you questions based on this. Do it faster, all of you. You have to make a frequency distribution table for the favorite pet animal. A group of students were asked to say which animal they would like most to have as a pet. The results are given below. Dog, cat, catfish, cat, rabbit, dog, cat, rabbit. I hope you are all doing. Do it faster. I have given 1 minute time for you all to draw frequency distribution table. Abhishek, you left the meeting.
No, sir.
No, which Abhishek? Maybe some other Abhishek, not 5503 Abhishek. Only 49 cadets are there.
Done, sir.
Very good. Kirtan
Done,
has
sir.
completed. Now we will go for here.
Done, sir.
That's good. That's good.
Done,
Now,
sir.
for this, we have taken a frequency distribution table. Now, see how many people like dog? 1.
Done, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
10.
Yes. Dog. and dog here, and dog here, dog here, dog here. So 3 more. 1, 2, 3. You know how to make a tally marks. 4 vertically we will make, and 5th one we make it as a slant. Actually, it means we are making a bunch of 5, 5, 5. Okay. This is one more. This is one more. And this is one more. And this is one more. Am I right? 10 are there?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
frequency,
Yes, sir.
frequency of the pet
10.
animal people choosing dog is 10.
10.
So you know what is the meaning of frequency distribution table and how to make a frequency distribution table for the given raw data. So cat 1, 2, 3, 4,
10, sir.
5,
10,
6,
sir.
So cat also 10,
7,
sir.
8,
Cat also
9,
10.
10. Exactly.
10.
This is
3, sir.
also
5,
10.
3.
So children, if this is small data, it is easy to do it. But if it is huge data, how will you do it? So fish 1,
Sir, 3.
3, sir. 3, sir.
yes, 3.
Rabbit 4. Cow 1.
Rabbit 4, sir.
So
4
1,
rabbits.
yes,
1
4,
cow.
sir.
Cow
Fish
1.
3,
4
sir.
rabbit, cow
Cow.
sir. 1.
1.
1, sir. Cow 1.
total
Cow is lonely, sir.
28.
28. Okay, total is 28. So children, now if it is just 28 numerical data, I mean, if I have 28 data, it is easy to make a frequency table. But if I have numerical data huge in number, how to do it? What to do it?
Sir,
That
for
is
a
what,
dog, we have to make a
0 to
special
5.
mark.
Sir, we should do 0 to 5, 5 to 10.
yeah.
Yes,
What
sir.
happens? We need to make it as a grouping of the data. Suppose, let's say 1 lakh of students were actually appearing for maybe for the entrance exam of Sainik schools, 33 Sainik schools or 34 Sainik schools. Out of 1 lakh of students appearing, I want to draw some maybe inference. I want to see level of students appearing from the state and what is their intelligence level, what is their mathematics aptitude level, what is their general knowledge level. So if I have language ability level, if I want to draw some inferences, 1 lakh of students who are appearing for Sainik school entrance exam, out of this 34 Sainik schools, then I have to have, it's a huge data. I have to have something like, I cannot keep plotting for all 1 lakh students this way tally marks. Or my marks ranges, I know for maximum 100 marks I'm conducting mathematics. I'm conducting for 100 marks intelligence, maybe 100 marks science and general knowledge will be there. For 300 marks, I'm conducting test means I have to have for these 300 marks divided into groups, which we call grouping of the data. When the data is huge, that numerical data is huge, then we will group the data. So we learnt in class 8 how to do grouping of the data also. And we learned how to draw histogram and frequency polygon in our class 8 standard. So we will continue for the grouping data. So the question comes, the data regarding choice of subject showed the occurrence of each of the entry. Is it entry only, children? Here, art is
Entries,
selected by
sir.
7 students.
Entries.
Entry only, no? So mathematics is liked by 5 students and so on in table 5.1. This information can be displayed graphically using a pictograph or a bar graph. Sometimes, however, we have a requirement to deal with a large data. For example, consider the following marks out of 50 obtained in mathematics by 60 students of class 8 out of 50. This is the these are the marks. And how can I do something, any analysis or any inference out of this data? So as the data increases, as the number of entries increases, I must go for shortening. How? Means if I have huge students appearing for exam, instead of giving ranks, I'll allot grades. What is the difference between rank and a grade? Rank tells numerically in descending order where he stands. Numerically in descending order, when his performance is arranged, it tells where he stands. But grade tells where approximately in which range he is coming, in which range he is coming. Is he A1 grade? That means above 90%. Is he A2 grade? Which means below 90, above 80%. So it is somewhere we are fixing range. That is class intervals. That is grouping of the data. You have learnt this already, these examples. If we make frequency distribution table for each observation, then the table becomes a huge lengthy one and it is a tedious job. So for convenience, we make the groups of observations. Let's say 0 to 10, that is 0 marks to 10 marks, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on. And obtain a frequency distribution of that number of observations falling in each group. We calculate how many students come under that range of marks, 0 to 10. How many are falling? How many are taking 10 to 20? Now, thus the frequency distribution table, which we do it, is called frequency distribution table for the group data. Now, let's go for that. These are the numerical data and these are the frequency table. We are going to do it. Let's do it one by one. 21. Now your question comes, sir, I have 10 marks. Is this 10 marks should I include in this first class interval or second class interval? We call this as these groups as class intervals. Now you will get a doubt that should I include this 10 in this first 0 to 10 or 10 to 20? Now let me tell you the meaning of these groups and class intervals. See children, we have this class interval. Let's say any class interval you take, we will have lower limit, upper limit. So what is this lower limit and upper limit? Okay, here I am going to show you. This class interval 10 to 20 if I have taken, this 10 is called lower limit and this 20 is called upper limit. Okay, so lower limit, upper class limit. See, data represented in this manner is said to be grouped and the distribution obtained called group frequency distribution table, I said. It helps us to draw meaningful inference how we will study. Now, try to observe how to put it. What is the meaning of this? Any marks falling between 10 to 20 is always lower limit is included. Upper limit is excluded. So any entry which is equal or more than 10 but less than 20 will fall under this class interval 10 to 20. Am I clear to you all? If it is
Yes,
clear,
sir.
put a thumbs up, children,
Yes, sir.
please. That's better option. Yeah, that's good. This we have already discussed. Once again, I'm just making you refresh. Any entry falling in this class interval will be equal or more than 10, but less than 20. So here I'm going to do it now. Yes, let's do it now. Obviously, 21 falls here. 10, where does it fall? First or second?
Second, sir. Second, sir.
Very good. Second. 30, where it fall? Third or fourth?
Sir,
Third,
Fourth,
sir.
sir.
Third or fourth?
fourth.
Very good. Fourth. Why? Because
Fourth.
remember, children, lower limit is included, not upper limit. Okay? It falls in 4, 30 to 40. 22, easy. It falls here. 33, easy. It falls here. 5, easy. It is falling first interval. 37, easy. It falls here. And 12, easy. It falls here. 25, easy. It falls here. 42, it is easy. It is going to fall in the 40 to 50 range. 15 falls 10 to 20 range. 39 falls between 30 to 40. 26 falls 20 to 30. 32 falls 30 to 40. This is fifth entry. So 18 falls 10 to 20. And 27 falls, this is fifth entry, 20 to 30. 28 is sixth entry, there only. 19 is fifth entry in 10 to 20. 29 is seventh entry in 20 to 30. 35, it is sixth entry in 30 to 40. 31, seventh entry in 30 to 40. 24 falls here, 20 to 30. 36 falls as 8th entry, 30 to 40. 18 falls between 10 to 20, 6th entry it is. Now 20. Where does this 20 falls?
Sir, third one. 22,
Very
32.
sir.
good.
20
Third
to
one,
30,
sir.
sir.
Yes, that
Third
is
one.
ninth entry. 38, ninth entry, 30 to 40. 20 to 22, 30, it is 10th entry. 44, 40 to 50, 16, 7th entry between 10 to 20, 24, 11th entry in 20 to 30, 10. 10 is?
Between 10 to 20, sir.
That's good. 8th
Second.
entry, second, 27, 12th entry, 39. It is 10th entry in 30 to 40, 28. It is again 13th entry, 49. It is the third entry in 40 to 50, 29. It is 14th entry, 32 is 11th entry, 30 to 40, 23, it is 15th entry, 31, it is 12th entry, 21, 16th entry, 34 is 13th entry, 22 is 17th entry, 23, 18 entry, 36 falls 30 to 40, 14th entry, 24, it is 19th entry, 36 is 15th entry, 33, 16th entry, 47 is 4th entry, 48 is 5th entry. Now 50. 50
Sir, between 50 and 60. Between
last
50 and
50 to
last.
60. So that means a boy scoring 50 out of 50 in 50 marks exam will fall between 50 to 60. Though we will not get no one getting out of 50, 51, 52, but that 50 marks fellow will fall in 50 to 60 class interval. So that's very logical thing. 39 comes here. 20 comes here and 7 here, 16 here, 36 here, 45 here, 47 here, 30 is going to be here, 22 it is here, 17 here. Am I right? So
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
frequency of first group 0 to 10 is 2, second group 10 to 20 is 10, 20 to 30 is 21, 30 to 40 is 19, and 40 to 50 is 7, 50 to 60 is 1, and total number of students. Now count total number of students. It is 60. Okay. This is the total number of students. And frequency is normally represented with the letter F. And class intervals, these groups are called class intervals, and we say CI. Okay. And normally this total number of students, that is total frequency, it is represented with the symbol sigma F. How to read this? Sigma, which means summation. Summation. Okay. Sigma F. Any doubt about this symbol, children? It is called as sigma.
No, sir.
And what does it mean? Summation. Why do we say?
Sir,
I said this.
meaning.
Sum means total. It is summation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Verb form. So here 0 to 10 we call it as first class interval. So that's why it is called first frequency, second frequency, third frequency, fourth frequency, fifth frequency, sixth frequency. So summation or sum of F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6. How to write that? We'll write like this: F1 plus, F2 plus, F3 plus, F4 plus, F5 plus, F6. So in short, this we write it as sigma Fi, where I is 1 to 6. Have you understood? This is the symbol statistically represent. Sum of, instead of writing this big F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus F4 plus F5 plus F6, in short, it is written as sigma Fi, where I from 1 to 6. This is the meaning of that. Have you understood, children? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in class 8, you learnt only just writing 60. In class 9th, you are writing and learning these extra things. That's it. And it is also represented with the capital letter N. This sum of the total frequencies is in short written as sigma F or capital N. Okay.
Sir, what is that 6 above sigma, sir?
This is range from first frequency to sixth frequency. Understood?
Sir, there one is not there.
I, sigma I. This we subscript and superscript. Subscript we say. So first student. So first frequency Fi. So sigma I 1 means it starts from the first frequency F1 plus F2 plus F3 plus and up to whom you will get up to whom na up to whom that we write it here on top of that sigma 6. Understood?
Okay,
I
sir.
equal to 1 means we are starting from the first frequency, starting adding, or we start adding from the first frequency up to the sixth frequency. And this I is always a natural number. Why it is natural number? Because it
So
tells
because frequency starts from 1.
it starts from the counting of numbers. That first fellow, second fellow, they cannot be like parts. They cannot be like decimals. This frequency is also a natural number, and location of frequency is also a natural number.
Sir, means I is equal to always be 1 or it can always change.
It can change. Suppose if I am adding from the third fellow, somewhere requirement is there from the third fellow, from I 3 to 7 or 3 to 28, like that it can come. But as of in statistics, it always starts from 1. In computer science and all, you will learn the sigma only. Sigma symbol will come, sigma summation and all will come. Okay, in Excel files.
Sir, I have doubts.
Yes. Piyush, tell me.
Sir, from 0 to 10 and 10 to 20, if number is 0, sir.
Okay, no problem. But still, that first frequency is 0. Entry is 0.
Sir, means frequency will start from 1 only, sir.
See, suppose here minimum number of marks gained by a student is 7. Suppose minimum number of marks gained by a student is more than 10, then I need not have this class interval at all, na? I will start from 10 to 20 only, straight away. Are you understanding it? For example,
Yes, sir.
in recently I have conducted a monthly test 3. Minimum marks are 13. So my 20 marks divided into class intervals, let's say. Why should I take from 0 to 12? I'll not take 0 to 12 at all. That class intervals I'll not take. I'll start from the class intervals, maybe 12 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 18, 18 to 20, 20 to 22. Are you understanding it?
Yes, sir.
So I will not take class intervals up to 12 at all. Similarly, if the minimum marks are given to a student is more than 10, I will not take this class interval at all. When it is becoming 0, then only I need not take now. So my class interval starts from 10 to 20 and this becomes F1. पीयूष समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
तो जब ये 0 बनता है, फ्रीक्वेंसी जब 0 बनता है क्या होगा करके आप पूछे हैं. तो इस क्लास
Yes, sir.
इंटरवल में कोई बच्चा नहीं आ रहा है तो मैं उसको लेने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. मैं लूंगा ही नहीं. 10 to 20 से लूंगा तब ये बन जाएगा F1 मुझे. वैसा बस. Any doubt about this, children? Further? Okay.
No,
You have
sir.
understood this concept. I'll now move on to the next topic. I have already told this. Most of the students have scored from 20 to 40. That you have seen. How many students scored 20 to 40? How many students scored 20 to 40?
Sir, 21.
Very good, 21 students. 8 students have scored more than 40 marks out of 50. 8 students. How you could say 8? Sir, I have got only 7. How I can say it is 8? Tell me. More
Sir,
than
because
40.
one fellow has scored out of out, sir.
More than 40 includes equal to 50 also, na? So the other way of writing is there. You will come to know. More than 40, more than 30, more than 20, more than 10, more than 0. 1 minute, I'm just coming. Okay, children, have you understood all this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think it's time. I'll just stop with this only, explaining you what is the meaning of class interval, lower class, upper class limit, and class width. This is very important word, class width. What is the difference between class upper limit, lower limit? Upper limit minus lower limit is called class width or class size. Okay, this you have already learnt in class 8, but just in class 9, basic important terminologies you have to note. So you can write down if you want. Class width is the class difference between upper limit to lower limit. Class width of any class interval or class size of any class interval is the difference between upper limit to lower limit. What is the class size now here? 20 minus 10 gives 10. This is class size. Then another, whenever we have class size, then you will get another important class mark. What is this class mark? It's an average of upper limit and lower limit. Average of upper limit and lower limit always tells if any student falling under in that class interval, what would be average marks? Okay, for example, 20 students have got A1 grade out of 100 students. Now, what would be the marks of them if someone say they got 90 above, 100 below? We do not know exactly how many marks that they have got. Roughly, we can say 90 plus 100 by 2, 95 marks each have got, we can say. Have understood? So, people whoever have got A1 grade, they have got 95 marks. So, that is the use of class mark. Okay, children, with this I'll stop. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Take care of yourself first. Let me stop the recording.